What's going on, everybody? So I've never talked about specifically the gear I use for photography, video production, stuff like that. And I have a very specific setup that I've kind of developed over the years that I think just works the best for what I do. And it's specific. People always ask me, like, what am I shooting on? Because my camera gear looks a little different than everyone else's. There's something called native lenses, right? That is a lens that's made for that camera. And there's also just other lenses that are designed with the right mount to fit your camera. Like Sony cameras have Sony lenses, Canon cameras have Canon lenses. And there's also lens brands like Sigma and Zeiss that have different types of mounts to fit on different camera brands. Now, because I came from a DSLR background with Canon, which means I had these EF mount lenses, when I bought a mirrorless camera, my Canon R5C, those lenses didn't fit that camera. Now, they had two options. I can either sell them and buy new lenses, RF mount lenses that would fit my camera, or buy an adapter for my old lenses to fit my new camera. And some people don't really like that option because they'll find a slight delay in the communication between the camera and the lens itself, basically how fast it can focus and things like that. Also, you know, the newer lenses have better technology, they might be sharper and so on. I found something that was way more useful by buying an adapter that Canon came out with, and that is this adapter on the back of my lens here. So before I even tell you about that, this here is a 24-70 Sigma 2.8 lens, right? This is like an all-around workhorse amazing lens, runs about $1,200. It is your wide angle. It can zoom to 70mm, which is great for portraits and close-ups of food and cocktails, which is what I do. So, but there's a lot more going on here than you might realize, right? For one, I have a Pro Mist and ND filter on the front. Don't worry about that. That just has to do with exposure when you're shooting video and the softness of the image. Forget that for now. This here on the back is an adapter, like I was just talking about. This adapter allows me to use this old EF mount lens on my new Canon R5C. But the reason why I really like this is because this adapter has the ability to put filters in it, right? I want to see if I can show this on camera. You can pop out these little filters. They're called drop-in filters, right? And I could have a circular polarizing filter or an ND filter and pop it right in there. So instead of having to buy a filter for every single lens that I own at different sizes, which costs a lot of money, I could just buy one filter, pop it in, and use it on all my lenses that are EF mount. And this is the perfect lens for what I do, because what do I shoot? I shoot food and cocktails. That comes with a lot of glare on tables, a lot of, glare on glass and stuff like that. And by using a circular polarizing filter built in, there's a little wheel here that you can adjust that filter that's dropped in. I have the ability to remove glare, remove certain tones that I don't want in the image. It's this amazing setup for what I use, and it costs about half as much altogether as what the Canon native RF lens would be of this. So that's my little hack. This little setup here is just unbelievable.